Hello everybody, musicservertips.com here, and today we're going to talk about something really interesting, a new product from Eversolo. As you know, I own the Eversolo DMP-A8 streaming preamplifier DAC, but Eversolo has just released a very interesting new product called the Streaming Transport T8. And with this, Eversolo started listening to their clients because many customers wanted a dedicated streamer without the DAC, just to be able to use it with an external DAC that we already own. And I'm going to take a look at the T8 right now. You can see it here on the screen. I think it's not being sold as of yet. It's the first time I actually read about this. And let's see whether it's worth the price. Okay, now we got a little bit marketing blurb here. So this is what the device looks like. Essentially, it's a box similar to the DMP-A6 streaming DAC, but it's essentially just a streamer, as we can tell. And what apparently sets this device apart, this is just a 3D rendering of the inside components of the T8 transport. We get the linear power supply, very nice component layout, isolated inputs, outputs, just the perfect transport to an external DA converter. And on the front, we get a full glass touchscreen allowing you to select your music source, similar to what you can get from the DMP-A6 and A8 models. But this seems to be a slight departure in terms of usability from the other models because there are a lot more touch controls here on the front than on the A6 and A8 devices. So let's go a little bit further down below and see what else we get with the T8. Well, we get two femtoclock precision clocks. I think this is similar to what we are getting with the DMP-A8 already. A 6-inch premium display, linear power supply. And apparently they worked a little bit on the isolation of the coaxial outputs, at least that's what they advertise. The application, the app for the smartphone seems to be the same that you get with the A6 and A8 models. It's probably the same thing. Let's scroll a little bit down below. Here they market their internal linear power supply, which seems to have been optimized for low noise and distortions. Very nice. There we have precision femtosecond clock. It's basically the same that we get on the DMP-A8 already, but a standalone device. I2S isolated output. Yeah. So you get 8 selectable I2S output modes, configurable, probably using a dip switch or some sort of. Okay. Coaxial isolation, very nice. Isolated USB audio output, this is a very good thing if you want to use it with an external DAC. Okay, so it gets now to the interesting parts. We get an SVP network communication module. Okay, nice. All right, so this is the back of the device. So basically, as we would expect, it's kind of the same as you would expect from a streamer only. We have AES EBU digital outputs, toggling output or coaxial I2S, and of course we've got isolated USB audio outputs. I suspect the USB 3.0 are for connecting, say, an iPhone or an iPad and even an external DVD-ROM drive. I think it works the same with that device. The enclosure itself seems to be quite nicely built. I mean, I haven't seen it personally, but judging from the pictures, it seems to be very well built. Okay, now this is where the differences start to come compared to the DMP-A8. So we got twice the storage capacity. We've got dual SSD slots at the back of the device. Remember, the Eversolo DMP-A8 has 2 storage slots for expanding your music collection. And here you have 2 of them. So you can add 16 terabyte of storage internally on your device without having to rely, let's say, on a NAS drive for storing your music. This is actually a very nice thing. And I think it's probably enough for most people to store the entire life's music collection on that device. Very, very nice. Other than that, Wi-Fi 6, high-speed transmission, etc. World's finest music. In terms of software, it's most likely the same as the other devices as well. We've got Amazon Music, we've got Tidal Cobas, and all radio stations, aluminum shielding screen. I think they did a little bit of work to on the touch screen in the front. It seems to be a full solid glass panel screen, which is very nice and comparable to very premium and much more expensive offerings in the market. Of course, it's room ready. We get Cobas Connect, Tidal Connect, excellent stuff, and of course the Eversolo Control companion app. Customizable color themes. Okay, this is a nice gimmick. Multi-dimensional music library. So they did something in the software as well. Not sure whether this is going to be updated or seen in the DMP-A8 or A6 as well. We'll see. Okay, but bottom line, where does it leave us? The Eversolo DMP-T8 transport only is priced at about 1,300 euros. If you add 30 to 40% to that price, being at 1,980 euros, we get a DMP-A6. So this is quite an expensive transport if you just want to use it with an external DAC, because considering the price difference to the DMP-A8, you get a full-featured DAC, a full-featured preamp, and many more features to add. This is just basically a digital transport. So it may be better in terms of performance than the aforementioned A6 and A8 devices, but this is quite a premium price to pay. Essentially, if you just want to save money, you could just start with the DMP-A6. It has digital outputs as well that you can connect to an external DAC of your choice, or you can upgrade DMP-A8 even connecting it to an external DAC. I'm not sure how much more performance the T8 can squeeze out, but we'll see once I get my hands on one of the devices. I'm really curious how it's going to perform. Okay, there's room correction as well, such as the other devices. So yeah,